Welcome to another episode of Budget Conscious Construction. Your host Victor here, helping you get things done in 2025 on time, on budget, and helping my fellow man one video at a time. All right, we're talking about foundations today. I'm going to give you these three foundations that I know just a little bit about because I've kind of lived on all of them. So it's like, oh, this is what I would do different, or this is what I don't like. This is what I like. Let's talk about this, and then hopefully we'll give you a little tidbit at the end. All right, slab. For me, in my particular area, slight grade. It was most affordable, low maintenance, and the costs of time, and I mean not really dollar bills, I'm just talking about time, prep time for me to get this thing ready to get out of the ground, because at that time I was ready to get out of the ground. I went with a slab. Things I don't like about a slab. I'm going to start with the one that impacts me the most is I'm not a big fan of cold floors. We don't wear shoes in our house. The floors seem a lot cooler than my last house, which was on a crawl space. So that was kind of like, oh man, really? If a pipe ever burst, not good for slabs. If you're done bought your lot and you're not buying a new home and you're looking to come out of the ground with a slab and you're on a really sloped lot, it's going to get expensive. That's the downsides to a slab. Now let's talk about a crawl space. Crawl space, things I like about a crawl space. You can store stuff in it. Normally if it's like 2 to 3 foot off the ground sometimes, so you can store some like containers and stuff. That works out great. Easy to get to your pipes. Unlike a slab, something happens, you can go in there and fix it. The other idea that I kind of like about a crawl space is you can insulate your upper floors. Big deal. For some people, that's a real big deal. So that's what I like about a crawl space. Things I don't like about a crawl space: insects, pests, mold, mildew from being damp if it's not correctly encapsulated. Now let's talk about encapsulation for just a second. Encapsulation can also get extremely expensive. So if you're building a new home, spend the money to have it done from the ground up so you don't have to worry about it later. You'll thank me later when you're rolling around on a cart instead of through rocks and stuff. You'll like, oh, this was the best thing ever. So spend the extra money and have it encapsulated. We're gonna move on up to basement. Things I like about a basement: extra living quarters, whether it's finished or unfinished. If it's finished, then you get to use it right then. If it's unfinished, I can also get to most of my utilities if I need to do some, let's say I'm gonna move a shower over, turn a shower pit into a tub. Some of these things that I see in remodeling all the time. When you have access from a basement to fix this and the basement is unfinished, it's awesome because it's easy to get to. You can do what you gotta do and you're done with it. If you are gonna do that in your personal house, get it done before you finish your basement. If you're gonna move showers or toilets, any of that stuff around, before you seal all of it up. Okay, next thing I do like about a basement is the fact that when I get ready to sell, guess what? Some equity in it. Everybody likes a basement when buying a home. Hopefully you bought a house that's unfinished and did like I did and went through it and finished it. That's always like that winning moment. You're like, oh yes, sweat equity pays off when you're getting ready to sell the home and you've enlarged it. So that's great. The things I do not like about a basement is going to be some of the stuff that we see in a crawl space. It's going to be mold, mildew issues from a basement that is not properly encapsulated to be in a basement, having sump pump issues, which I had in my first house when it flooded and it was just horrible. But I was blessed to have friends that also had chemicals and equipment to be able to go in there and do everything without really breaking the bank. So that was just awesome. But anyways, it's something I look back and like, oh, I couldn't do that again. Newer homes are built a little bit different, so now they can kind of get that under wraps so the basement is not really bad. But you can still have issues. Let's just say if the outside is not graded correctly. If you're on a hill, even if you're on a hill and you have a basement graded out, and you're like, there's no way I'm gonna have water problems. But on the back side of your property, you have it sloped back towards your house, which I just recently seen, so that's why I'm saying that. And the basement got water in it because of the grading. The water came back to the house, when in that area that probably shouldn't have happened. So spend the money on having it graded correctly, having a good concrete guy, a good seal guy come in there and take care of that basement the way that it's supposed to be done, so you don't have any issues, even down to the plumbing. hopefully you never have to use the sump pump even though you have it. That would be the key to that. So hopefully this helps and gives you an idea of cons and the pros. We have pros on these different platforms. Think about them when you get ready to buy or if you're going to build. Now I'm going to tell you the tidbit for today. Tidbit is very simple, but hopefully it's appreciative. And that is, if you're watching this video and you're getting ready to purchase a home or build a home, you're in the final stages of it, consider yourself extremely blessed. Enjoy that home, make memories in it, and remember, you're part of that small portion of people that can afford to do this. As a subcontractor, I'm saying it's awesome to be in that position. We get work because of it. I'm thankful, so you should be thankful that you're able to make that kind of move. Be blessed. Let's have a good year, guys. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
This budget's so tight, the goats are saving cheese, mama.